Okay, I hope you are fine. Good evening, everyone. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So today we have a very important topic. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure. We have a friend from Guatemala. We have a friend from many parts of the world, from here, from Peru, from Ecuador. Thank you so much for being here. Today we have a special guest, okay, who is going to talk about this very important topic, okay? She's a very nice person and she's an excellent professional. So today we have the topic that is going to be the magic of the sound of English, okay? Thank you, Maxima from Ecuador, okay? This is going to be the topic, the magic of the sound of English. So let me introduce our special guest that is a very recognized teacher from Ecuador, okay? She is the professor Cristina Mauricio Cerda, okay? Cristina Mauricio has been a language teacher for more than 20 years. She uses her creativity to inspire and train her students to learn, expert in accelerate learning, neuroeducation, and based on humanistic principles. In this case, we can notice that she creates unforgettable learning experience that will help you become a great observers and achieve your goals. Writer, co-author, international keynote speakers. I have the experience to have a speaker with her and she's wonderful, of course, and developer of editorial projects. Founder and director of the Language Academy, Fíjate Bien. She and Hayes. Hello, my dear Mayor. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. Founder and director of the Language Academy, Fíjate Bien. She and Hayes accelerate learning of her students through digital tools with artificial intelligence, training or pronunciation, soft skill, leadership, and public speaking development. Affiliation, mixed TESOL, I-STAR, ICLT, ICDM. So it's a pleasure to have you here, my dear friend, Cristina Mauricio. You have a big applause for us. So please, in this moment, this is all yours, okay? Thank you so much to all the people who is here. Thank you, Cristina. It's a pleasure.
Good night, good evening, good morning. I don't know where you are from. For example, for Mr. Amir in Pakistan, I think it is 7 a.m. All right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm so happy, guys, to be here. It's an honor. I know for most of you it's Friday, 9 p.m. We are tired, so I really expect that this is a powerful session, that you enjoy it, and we are going to start working. Am I audible, Miss Claudia?
Yes.
Am I visible? And I'm gonna share my screen,
yes,
please.
Everything is, yes, I think that you have the...
No, not yet.
Sylvia, please, can you give it to her? Yes, Miss Sylvia is gonna give it to you, the host. Okay, give it to me just 1 minute. To give it to you, the host. Yes, I think that she's
Please write in the chat, how many of you want to improve your own pronunciation? I want you to write in the chat, yes. And how many of you would love that your students improve their pronunciation? All right, I want to see you in the chat. We're going to start working. It's more like a training, all right? So let me see. Can you see my screen now? Okay, I'm seeing your answers.
Yes.
Excellent. Me. Of course, yes. So we are going to start. So, can you see my presentation now, Miss Claudia?
Yes, of course, please.
Okay. So this is the title of this talk. The magic of the sounds of English. They are magical. You're going to see, we're going to be working with TPR, that is total physical response. Maybe you already know about this technique and methodology. And we are going to be working with artificial intelligence. So at the end of this training, we're going to do wonderful things. Here we have the objectives. Describe what the IPA is and its benefits, International Phonetic Alphabet, all right? Use TPR, Total Physical Response, to train the IPA sounds. Sounds like a tongue twister, right? And then the number 3, we are going to use artificial intelligence with a great app, and it has free content, that is fantastic, to train the IPA sounds. Ready? First, take your cell phones, please. And I want you to record 10 words, all right? You can send the audio to your mom, to your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, whoever you want. But I want you to record this because at the end of the class, we are going to make a comparison, how well we did it, all right? So these are some of the top 10 mispronounced words, all right? So here we have them. 1 minute, please, an audio. And I'm going to start taking the time, all right? When you are finished, put in the chat, done. Don't worry if it is correct, incorrect, just record it, okay? Done, oh, it's so fast. Olenka, your students use LSAP. You're going to love this class, yeah. No, you are not late, Sonia, you are just on time, all right? Please, when you finish, write it in the chat, done. 30 more seconds. Excellent, Mr. Amir. Claudia, done. Thank you. All right. 10 more seconds. Excellent. At the end of this session, guys, I'm going to give you my email. You can send me an email if you would love this presentation so you can share it with your students. All right. So let's continue. Let me know, guys, if you can listen to the music that I'm going to put. I know Claudia loves music. I love music too. Can you listen to the music? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
This is a good story, right? What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this flag? What country is it? Let me see. Any idea? Turkey? It's in that part of the world. China, or less, it's a nation, no idea.
Korea.
Korea, it's Vietnam, all right? What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this flag? Malaysia.
I thought about Cuba.
Cuba, okay, yeah, could be. If you want to open your cameras and your mic, the mics when you are participating, for me, that's great, all right? Because we're going to be interactive. A star on the sky, Vietnam, all right? What are the things that come to your mind, right? I remember when I was a little girl, they told me that it was a terrible war there and that it was very far away from my country. But today, I'm going to tell you a story of a beautiful place in Vietnam. It has beautiful islands. The water is blue. It's so beautiful. But this story is about a little girl called Guban. This girl was so intelligent, very, very, very intelligent, right? She grew up with her parents and they loved her. She was intelligent and she got 2 scholarships, not one, 2 scholarships to go to Stanford. Can you imagine? It was in California. She went there and she was very confident. She was with all her dreams on her mind. She was very happy. But the moment she arrived there, something terrible happened. The teachers and her classmates couldn't understand her. She was speaking, she was participating, and the teachers were like, "What? What are you saying?" And her classmates were like, "What?" How do you think she felt when she couldn't communicate in the language she was supposed to be so good at? Desperate, frustrated. Have you ever felt like that? First upset, yeah, of course, Sonia. She was feeling terrible, 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 ashamed, I remember that I had the same feeling when I was in the university, because my pronunciation was not very good. It was, well, I could say that it was very poor. And the teachers asked me something and I was like hiding. I remember that I started working at secondary level because I wasn't confident enough to work with adults. I felt very stressed, anxious, and I was a teacher and I knew a lot of English, but my pronunciation was not good. I knew about what I'm going to teach you today, but now I got it into another level and I want to give it to you because it took me more than 20 years to feel confident in the language. Imagine your students. What are some of the things that they say? Why can they speak English? I'm going to give you some of them. All right? It's too difficult. The next one is they don't understand. They feel embarrassed. Sometimes we even feel embarrassed, right? Another one is that you are too busy to study or they are too busy to study. Another one could be that you missed opportunities. I missed so many opportunities. I was offered coordinations, higher positions at my job, and I couldn't take them because I didn't feel confident. I felt judged, criticized, disappointed. Sometimes it's too expensive to get very good classes. And the last one is I was scared, all right? How many times have you felt this? How many times do you think your students have felt this? I see lots of students who have studied more than 3 years and they say, I don't speak. My pronunciation is terrible. I feel very, very, very bad. Today, with what I'm going to teach you today, I would love that your students can speak fluently, that they can study anywhere, study anytime, at low cost, get promoted, feel confident, and communicate effectively. And why not? You too, right? Because we are always learning. I'm not a native speaker, and I am always learning. Ready? So we're going to start with another story. The International Phonetic Association. I want you to see it, this guy. His name was Paul Passy, and he was a language teacher. And he was gathering with some other friends and they were saying, we should make a system, an alphabet with the sounds of all the languages. Can you imagine that task? It was in 1888 when the first alphabet was published, right? And it has had some variations. It's getting better and better. And I am pretty sure you have seen these sounds and your students too. In any dictionary, let me show you this. These are the symbols. When I show them to my students, they say, hi, teacher, this is terrible. It looks like if they were from Mars or from another, I don't know, they see them and they find them very difficult, right? But in any dictionary, English, Spanish, or English, they are there because they are the phonetic transcription. And if you know how to read this, you are going to pronounce perfectly. I'm going to show you this phonetic chart. It's from my friend David Fernando from Angola. In Angola, he teaches these sounds and students are having a great pronunciation, all right? So I'm very happy for David too. And we're going to start today. We're going to see these sounds, all right? It's not rocket science. I would love to know in the chat, how many times have you taught these symbols, these sounds to your students? Because in some books, every unit there is like one sound, right? Like we are supposed to teach. How many times have you done this? How many times have you been teaching with these sounds? I would love to see, guys. Let me check in the chat. Almost what? Let me see. Almost never. Okay, Sonia, excellent. Anybody else sometimes? And if you have taught, what has been your experience? Your students like it or not? Do they find it easy, difficult? How has it been? I'm gonna show you guys. Let me know if you can see my, wait. If you can see, I think I closed the Google. Wait, give me 1 sec. Do you know, guys, word reference? The dictionary? Let me share my screen. Not really, yeah, okay. So for example, this dictionary is very useful. And here, you can browse it here for reference. And for example, if you are looking for the word, a difficult one, all right, this one. Here, you are going to have the phonetic transcription. If your students can read this, they are going to have a great pronunciation. Let me know if you can listen, guys.
Entrepreneur.
Could you listen, Miss? Or no? Let me put it again.
Yes, I can listen.
Yes.
Excellent, very good. And look, this is what I'm going to teach you today and what you can teach to your students to have a very good tool to pronounce perfectly, all right?
Entrepreneur.
And here, for example, in word reference, you have different accents. For example, if you are working with,
Entrepreneur.
British English, listen.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah? So this is very, very helpful for your students. Today, we are going to be working with the vowels. If Miss Claudia invites me for another meeting, I'm gonna teach you the consonants, but I want you to see like a general overview of the sounds. There are 44 phonemes, 44 sounds, all right? We have like 26 letters of the alphabet, but we have 44 sounds. Listen, in Spanish, we have 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. And we have 5 sounds. A, E, I, O, U. In English, we have 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. But we have all of these vowels. Can you see my presentation, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
I always
can see it.
confirm because sometimes I start teaching and I don't know why the presentation doesn't show and I am talking and my students are like, yes, yes, and I am. That's why I ask, all right? So listen, this is why English is so difficult. Can you imagine having so many vowels? How many sounds for the vowels? All right, so today we are going to learn them, all right? If you observe them, some of these sounds, you already know them. For example, I'm going to do some magic here, and I'm going to disappear the difficult ones. You can read A, E, I, U, right? But what about these ones? What are these sounds? Today, we're going to find out, okay? Let's go with the consonants. The vowels, they are short or long. The consonants, they have a characteristic. They have vibration and they are called voiced, or no vibration and they are called unvoiced. So one more time, I'm going to do the magic. I'm going to take the difficult ones and you can read these ones, right? For example, what is this sound? Do not say the letter like B, D, G, L, M, N. Only pronounce the sounds. Repeat with me. B.
B.
And put your hand here so you can feel the vibration. B.
B.
D. G.
G. G.
And U. We know them and our students know these sounds. We have to do some magic And these are the sounds that we are going to practice. These are the sounds that separate us from the English pronunciation. All right. So in another session, I'm going to be very happy to share this. And then I'm going to show them. These are like the most difficult sounds, but they are so easy. All right. Then we have another kind of consonants that they don't have vibration. Okay. I'm going to do the magic. I'm going to put the easy ones. Only the sounds. Put your hand here. No vibration, right? These are the sounds that are complicated. Let's call them complicated because they are not complicated, right? And we are going to study them too. And I'm going to teach you how to teach this to your students, and they are going to love you, really. For me, it has been a revolution. I don't start my classes with the verb to be or with the colors and the numbers. I just start with this, with the most difficult part, and they love it. And they say, teacher, this is great. All right, let's continue with total physical response, okay? So, it's a methodology that it was developed by Dr. James Asher 30 years ago. It has to do with listening and responding to commands. For example, when you are singing the song, head and shoulder, knees and toes, you are using total physical response, all right? For example, when you're giving commands in class and you say, go to the door, take a pencil, sit down, stand up, and they are moving, they are responding with motor activity. They are responding, that is TPR, and students love it. I love it, and I have learned a lot of things with my hands, all right, or with my body. So this technique, I saw it on a video with Samara Bay. She is a great coach for actors and actresses, and she uses her hands to teach the sounds. I think that is fantastic, and we can use them. Okay, ready for the vowels? I'm going to be sharing the screen and taking it away so we can practice. These sounds are American pronunciation, all right? Because if you are familiar with British, don't kill me and say, no, that is not correct. You need to be flexible because there are variations from dictionary to dictionary. That's why students most of the time get lost, because they want to be very structured, and you need to be flexible. You need to explore, you need to have a mirror, you need to see, you need to practice to fall in love with this magic, because it's going to help you a lot, all right? So, ready? We are going to start learning this. And I'm so excited. I'm going to be asking you about some objects. Can you tell me, guys, if you can turn on your cameras and if you can turn on your mics? I would love to listen. What is this?
It's a cup.
Excellent. And how do you pronounce this? Mark, we have British English, right? How do you pronounce this, guys?
Cup.
Okay, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you the gesture. All right. Well, I told you, vowels have to do with short or long sounds. I want you to think about opening and closing your mouth. Guys, if you can help me, there is a microphone. When you participate, you turn it on, and when you are not participating, turn it off. Thank you very much. Okay, so I want you to practice with me. We're going to start saying ah, all right? And I want you to, thanks a lot. I want you to open your mouth and I want you to say ah. And listen the difference. Okay, now close your mouth a little bit, like in the middle, and say ah. Now close your mouth more, and I want you to say ah. Close. One more time. Open. Ah. The middle. Close. Did you see the difference? Okay, so the gesture for this sound is going to be like a little house, like a casita. And we're going to say very short, very little. And I want you to feel your tongue, that your tongue is going to be like in the back. This is very, very important. Your tongue is going to make all the magic. Depending on the position of your tongue, you can pronounce the language that you want, all right? So pay attention on that. So the first one, we have everybody with the little casita, with the little house, we have cup, okay? Very good. Then we continue with another A sound. We have 3 sounds for the A, all right? Next one, what is this? Well, who is she? She has a baby, so she is the baby's
Mom.
And how do you pronounce this? Mr. Amir already knows. Excellent, very good.
Mom.
Listen,
Mom.
this is an apapacho, okay? Pay attention. Take your hands and you're going to do this.
Ma'am.
Mom. All right, so we have 2 sounds. The first one is
Ma'am.
Pay attention on how it sounds different. All right, so repeat with me. Cup.
Cup.
Mom.
Ma'am.
Okay, we're going to continue. We're going to continue with another one. What is this little friend?
Cat.
And how do you pronounce?
Cat.
Okay, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention on the transcription, guys. These are phonetic transcriptions. Every time you see these little symbols between slashes, they are phonemes or sounds, all right? So, Mr. Amir already is giving you the answer. Imagine that you have an apple and you are going to bite that apple and you're going to say cat. Do it with me. Cat.
Cat.
So can you see the difference? Let's review the 3 A's. One is short.
Okay.
And for example, if I say cat and cat, the meaning can be completely different. For example, I want to say, oh, mom, I cat. But if I say, mom, I cat, and it's going to say meow. Where is it? Where is the animal, right? So the meaning is completely different. I want to show you a video for this. Do you know Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Okay, he has. Pay attention on the lips. Do you pay attention on his lips, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
They were wide open, right? So this is going to help your students understand many words they don't get it because it's like and it's going to be like strange. We're going to go with the queen of the sounds, all right? Tell me, what is this?
Table.
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 For example, here is
Table.
how this is how we write it, right? We don't say tablet, okay? We say table, no, table, no. Okay,
Table.
I'm gonna show you the
Table.
schwa.
Table.
Pay attention, guys. Listen,
Table.
when I want you to repeat with me the vowels in Spanish. E,
E.
O,
O.
U. Okay, one more time. I want you to pay attention on the tongue. Where is your tongue? If it is up or down?
Down.
E,
Down.
O, U.
Down.
I want you to see how it goes. Down, up, and to the back. One more time, listen. E,
E.
O, When I count three, when I count three, 1, 2, 3, you are going to say your complete name without moving your tongue. That is going to be a challenge, okay? One more time. When I count to 3, you're going to say your complete name without moving your tongue, all right? 1, 2, 3. You can't, all right? You need to move your tongue. That's why the tongue is so important, right? So you can be pronouncing correctly. So the schwa. The schwa is the most important sound. Well, not the most important, but it's like the most common sound in English. I am looking from Sonia to turn on your mics, guys, so we can, excellent. Thank you very much. Look, your tongue is going to be here in the middle. Do not move anything. Do not move anything. Do not open your mouth. Do not open the lips. The tongue has to be here. And you're going to let some air go. And you're going to say, do it with me. For example, when we say table, table, listen, table. All right.
Table.
And English has so many words with schwa. The other day they asked me, teacher, how do you pronounce Gregorio? And I was like, oh my goodness. I use the magic of the schwa and I say Gregorio. Yes, and it was correct.
Yes,
for example, an American person, how does the American person talk? For example, quiero unos taquitos de frijolitos. An American person in Spanish. Yo quiero unos taquitos de frijolitos. Yes or no?
Yeah, it's true.
So if you train with this with your students, and they are going to be having fun, they are going to be looking to a mirror, they are going to be practicing, they are going to be laughing, they are going to be saying like, wow, I sound so different. We're going to do another experiment, okay? In Latin America, we have 3 things that we love. Tacos? Yes or no?
Yeah,
tacos.
Yeah.
We have tortillas. Do you know the tortillas?
yes.
Yes.
And we have tamales. Oh my goodness, they are delicious. Okay.
Delicious.
Tacos, tortillas, tamales. I want you to pronounce them. 1, 2, 3. Tacos,
Tortillas, and tamales.
Yeah.
Where is your tongue?
In the upper.
In the upper.
Down.
Behind your teeth. Behind your teeth. Tacos, tortillas, tamales. Let's do an experiment. I want you to put your tongue a little bit to the back, like in the center, and say the same. 1, 2, 3. Tacos, tortillas, tamales. And tamales. And you're speaking like an American. It's the position of the tongue, guys. Tortillas, tamales. They don't have to. They don't have to force. They don't have to stress. They don't have to feel anxious. They just have to know where to place the tongue in the correct place, and they are going to be speaking great. Okay, so the schwa is magical. If you are having a presentation, put your tongue in the middle, and I'm going to start talking like this, and I'm going to be sounding like I am a very great speaker because I'm not moving my tongue. Less is more, right? So this is fantastic. How are we doing? Great?
Yeah, so good. Thank you.
And let me show you the schwa. It's so beautiful. I love this beautiful letter. It's like an E, but it's backwards. And you are going to see the schwa in so many words. So my tip is use the magic of the schwa. And for example, when they say, how do you pronounce Gregorio? Gregorio.
Gregorio.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
And your students are going to love you. All right. How do we call these guys? This is a
Cell phone.
And I want you to look. And I want you to look. I want you to look at the gesture. Like when you say cell, Okay, this is very, very, very easy. All right, we don't have problems with this. Next, we are going to go, we have A, E. Now we're going to go with the I. And we have two. One is short and the other one is long. All right, what is this object? Don't say Titanic, please. Okay.
Ferry.
Okay, could be a ferry, but I'm going to call it a
Ship.
Sheep.
And how do you pronounce?
Ship.
Oh, I am listening different pronunciations. One more time. Open and close. Open and close. E.
Sheep.
I want you to say with me. E.
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 Short. Yeah.
All right. So this sound is going to be very short, and the gesture, I'm going to use my fingers. So I'm going to help my students to say, do not open your lips, and you're going to say E. Do it with me. E. E. So it's going to be sheep, sheep, sheep. Okay? And what about this one? What is, and pay attention. It's a capital letter, but it's a short sound. English is like that, all right? So don't try to figure it out. Why? It's like that. Memorize it like that. And this beautiful animal is a?
Sheep.
And it's going to be long. Repeat with me. Sheep. You're going to smile. E. Okay, so we have two sounds. E. 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 And then you are going to say, is this really important? Look, I want to say, next vacations, I'm going to go to Pakistan. That is so far away. And I'm going to go on a sheep. What are you going to think in your mind? That I am traveling
An animal,
on this
yeah.
animal. Yeah, and you're going to see teacher Cristina on the sheep, and you're going to say, how come? Maybe you're going to go to the next block, right? But not to Pakistan, because the pronunciation matters. I'm going to give you another example. How do you call the beautiful place with water and palm trees and coconuts that you can go and you can relax and you can swim? How do you call that? You don't want to say it, right? You prefer to, yeah, but is the short or the long? The short or the long?
It's long.
The long one, yes.
Yeah.
Beach. I tell my students, be careful, because if you're telling your wife, I'm going to go to the beach, but instead of saying beach, you say beach. You're going to have no. You're going to have lots of trouble. Okay, so be careful with pronunciation, because you can say no way, and your wife or your husband is going to say what? Of course you are not going. Bad news, guys. This is the symbol for the long one. It's short. E. All right, repeat with me. E.
E.
Okay. Bad news for us that we speak Spanish. There is no O in English. Give me 3 words that have O in Spanish. For example, Oscar, hotel, what else? Olla, all right? How does an American person would say those words? That starts coordinator, but that is in the middle. But for example, Oscar, an American person is not going to say Oscar. He's going to say Oscar, right? It's going to be wide open, all right? Big. For example, olla. An American person is not going to say olla. He's going to say olla, hola, hola. You see what I mean? So this sound, you are going to open your lips and you're going to make this gesture like, oh, do it with me. Oh. I want to listen. Excellent. And here we have door. All right?
Door.
And look at the symbol. It's like a C and it's backward. In the chat, I'm going to write one word. How do you pronounce, how do you, I can, no, yes, I can. How do you pronounce this word?
August.
Oh,
Mr. Amir.
August.
August, okay. How do you pronounce August? Excellent, Maxima. How do you pronounce this word?
August.
This one.
August.
Wait. I don't know what happened. This one. How do you pronounce this word?
author.
Author.
Author. All right.
Author.
Author. I'm going to teach you later
Author.
that sound, the sound. All right. So this is why pronunciation is so important. We can imagine that we don't have the information in our brains about the sounds of English. And you are listening a lot of words with those sounds. Your brain is going to try to process the information, but because there is no information, you are going to block. That's why students get frustrated. I was frustrated a lot of times. This one. What is this?
Book.
We're going to go with the U, right? But this one, if you're going to take your hand and you're going to push. You're going to push your belly and you're going to say only this sound, like a sofocón. You know in Spanish what a sofocón is, right? Like Repeat with me. Book. Again, capital letter is the short one. And I want you to pay attention how this works. What is this?
Boot.
Okay. Did you notice that we have the same spelling with double O? Yes. But guess what? The pronunciation is different. It's going to be long. You're going to take your hand and you are going to say a big ooh, boot. Repeat with me. Boot.
Boot.
All right. Yes, guys, we're finished with the vowels. Look, we're going to have a review. Repeat with me. Very short. Wait. Here in the middle. In the middle, you show them, you teach them about the tongue and you say, Only let the air go. Okay, then Then we have E. O. And ooh. I wanna see in the chat, guys, or you can tell me, what do you think about this? Do you think it's going to help your students? Yes, no, why? I would love to see you in the chat or...
It's interesting. It's an interesting technique because in this way, our students can understand better the symbols of the phonetic symbols of the dictionary. And I really interested in this one, this technique. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
I'm so happy. I'm going to show you a video, okay, of a man who decided not to continue speaking English because of this. Can you see?
Yeah.
Can you listen?
Nope.
A ver, Google, ¿cómo se dice en inglés oveja?
Sheep.
Sheep, ok. ¿Cómo se dice enviar?
Ship.
Ship, ok. ¿Y cómo se dice barco?
Ship.
Ship, ok. ¿Y cómo se dice barato?
Cheap.
Cheap, chinga. ¿Y cómo se dice sábanas?
Sheets.
Sheet. ¿Y cómo se dice hojas de papel?
Sheets.
Sheet. Chinga. A ver, entonces, ¿cómo se dice? La oveja envía sábanas y hojas de papel baratas por barco.
The sheep ship cheap sheets and sheets by ship.
Sheep. Chinga tu madre, coche, así cuando voy a aprender inglés.
Yeah,
A ver, Google.
we can be facing something like that with our students, right? Like, I don't want to learn anymore. This is very difficult and I'm very stressed. So that's why it is very important, the pronunciation. Let's continue with our last activity, okay? I always use the magic of the number 3. With 3 activities, we can get a lot of information and we don't get lost. We saw the International Phonetic Alphabet. We saw the total physical response. Now we're going to see how to use artificial intelligence and use all the things that we have learned. This is your personal pronunciation coach, all right? You can download the app. I'm going to tell you later, but I want you to tell me first, how do you pronounce these words? Remember the 3 A's?
Pop.
Which one is it? The house, the apapacho, or the apple?
Pop.
Which one? Which one?
The second one.
The second one? Okay, let's see. And this one?
Yes.
The house, the apapacho, or the apple?
Large.
Apple.
Okay, this one we're going to check right now.
Funk.
Apple. Funk.
Apple, house, apapacho. This one?
Modern.
The first
Which one?
Mod.
We're going to check. And this one?
Fan.
You see? Now imagine your students. Imagine your students. How are they going to say, like, no, teacher, you are bad. Like, I'm not, I prefer to keep speaking Spanish or keep speaking my language, or that's it. You're going to download this app. It's free. It has free content. You can download it in App Store or in Play Store. And you're going to go in this part, in this planet, and you are going to see all the sounds divided into planets. One of those the skills is the 3 A's. We have the apple, A, we have the house, A, and we have the apapacho, A. All right? So you click there. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. You are going to see videos how to pronounce the sounds with one of the best coaches, that is Rachel. I love her. And then you are going to have activities. For example, we're going to start working with this one, all right? In the app, you're going to have the word, and then in where is the arrow, we have the phonetic transcription. So now you see that is the apapacho. You say pop, all right? Repeat with me, pop. Okay.
Pop.
In this speaker, you can listen. You can listen slower. Even you have extra information. This is amazing, guys, amazing. Look, if you go where it says extra information, you are going to watch videos how native speakers pronounce that word. For example, this is a video, watch people pronounce pronunciation. All right, this is Juglish. It's great. So it's already in the app. Then you are going to record the word, and the app is going to tell you if you did it great or if you didn't bad. If you did it not incorrectly, the app is going to tell you how to do it correctly. Okay.
And
now,
I'm sorry. I have a question. Is this app free?
It has free content. Yeah,
it
has. So for you to start, it's great. You can introduce this app to your students. If you would love to use this in your institution, you can send me an email, and I'm going to contact you with the business manager so you can have it for your school. I use it, and I have seen excellent results, because I'm going to tell you later about this. For example, this one. How do you pronounce? Check the phonetic transcription.
Yes.
Yes. You open your mouth, and there is a vibration here. I'm going to teach you that later if Miss Claudia let me have another presentation. So you're going to say jazz.
Yes.
Perfect. Then this one is the house. Funk. Very short. We don't say funk. We don't say funk. We say funk. All right. This one.
Fan.
And what about this one?
Mother.
Perfect, guys. You can do it, that activity today. Remember the words that I told you to record at the beginning?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to check. You're going to say, remember that you can use this presentation with your student. How do you pronounce this, guys? I want to listen to you.
Cloth.
Clothes. Did you check that there are different pronunciations? Check. Now you're going to correct.
Clothes.
Check the phonetic transcription.
Clothes.
Close. With vibration here. Close.
Clothes.
Close.
Clothes.
Okay, listen and repeat with me, guys. Close.
Clothes.
Perfect.
Close.
Now, this one.
College.
Cali.
Now you say,
Cali.
you have the answer there.
College.
Cali.
Cali. Cali. All right? One thing that is very important for me to tell you guys is this apostrophe. Anybody knows what it is?
The emphasis, the accent.
The stress.
Stress
So it's going to say nana, Cali, nana.
Cali.
Also, I play with my students and they get a great pronunciation only with intonation. All right. So it's not college. No.
No.
Cali. All right.
Cali.
Now, this one, how do you pronounce this word? This one.
Island.
I heard an S.
Island.
Without S.
Island.
Perfect.
Island.
Nana. Island. Right? What about this one, guys?
Mountain.
Perfect. What about this one?
Environment.
All right. What about this one?
Money.
Very short. Money. Excellent, guys. This one.
Cousin.
Cousin. And it's a vibration. You are experts, guys. This one.
Daughter.
And this one.
Business.
In Mexico, they say, vamos a hacer unos business, all right? Look.
Business.
And the last one, guys.
Pronunciation.
Look.
Pronunciation.
I want you to repeat with me. Nancy.
Pronunciation.
Repeat with me the Very good, guys. Now look. Repeat with me. I'm going to play here the this one. Okay, repeat with me. Close.
Cali.
Island.
Mountain.
Environment. Money. Cousin. Daughter. Business. Pronunciation. 1 minute, I want you to record again. For homework, you're going to make the comparison to see how well you did it, okay? 1 minute. When you finish, put it in the chat, done. When you finish, guys, put it done. Done, guys? Yes or no? I don't see you. You're so quiet. Miss Claudia, you finish?
Yes.
Excellent, very good. Okay, we are about to finish, my dears. I was telling you about this app that is Elsa. All the sounds are divided into skills, and your students can do a pronunciation test. If you're using the teacher's dashboard, you can see all this information and you can give it to your students. For example, you can see what are the sounds your students have more problems with, and you can train them. So that's why it's great. So they are going to have an objective and they are going to pronounce better and better and better. You're going to be working with segmentals that are the sounds, suprasegmentals that are things, for example, intonation or ending sounds. It has so many lessons. You have the pronunciation test and your teacher's dashboard. Here I read that one teacher is already using them. You can ask me and I'm going to be so happy to give you more tips so you can work. This app is working with the International Phonetic Alphabet. For example, this is one exercise. You have the word, you have the stress, and you have the phonetic transcription. So for example, here you know there is going to be structure, and they can correct immediately the pronunciation. It's one of the best apps. It's ranked in the 5 best apps of artificial intelligence. It helps to be more fluent. You are going to improve your pronunciation because it's going to give you feedback immediately. And it also has dictionary, and it has so many things that I love explaining. It has many lessons. You're going to see your improvement very quickly. And you just download the app. You have your pronunciation coach. You are going to have your assessment and you can see how well you did it. And it's going to give you the report with all the sounds. If you are using the teacher's dashboard, that is important to tell you guys. And with only 10 minutes, you can start improving a lot, all right? And there are different trainings. For example, it's communication, quick learning, to master intonation. That is very, very important. And as I was telling you, the skills, the sounds are divided into skills. It has videos. I am in love with this app, really, really, really. Also has topics, business, culture, traveling, some IELTS, all right? And your pronunciation is going to be great. I'm about to finish, guys. I remember that little girl that I told you about, Buban, that she was going to Stanford and she was very happy. And then she felt frustrated and depressed. She was looking for help, but a pronunciation coach, it was very, very, very expensive. She couldn't afford it. So she was looking around and she said, I'm in Stanford. I'm with the brilliant minds in the world. And she created a team. And this little girl created Elsa. From a tragedy, from a frustration, from a very difficult problem, this beautiful lady created something wonderful for humanity. I do believe this is going to change. This is going to make a revolution in the language teaching. And she has a quote that I love. She says, don't be afraid to ask for help. Line up as much support as possible. Lean on the colleagues and friends you trust in your communities and networks. People are so valuable. Buban. Let's check our objectives. Can you describe now what the IPA is and its benefits? If it is yes, this is my evaluation, guys. Can you use TPR to train the IPA sounds? If it is yes, you remember there is the video, you can watch it later, put it a check mark. And can you use artificial intelligence? I can tell that some of you already downloaded the app, and I'm so happy. If so, tell me that yes. And that's it, guys. This is Cristina Mauricio, and I am so happy to be here. Thank you, Miss Claudia, for the invitation. Thanks for all the people who stayed. I hope that it was something useful for you. I'm going to be writing here in the chat my mail. And also you have a code, a 50% of discount if you want to have the license of that app. Thank you very much, Miss Claudia.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cristina, for this opportunity. We learned a lot. Definitely, I noticed that the majority of us were really enjoy your presentation. We have here some comments. Okay, so let me tell you. Stephanie mentioned, thank you. Guille Romero mentioned, goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Thanks a lot, mentioned Katri Hulka. Cristina mentioned, Professor Mauricio. Oh, yes. Here you have, as Cristina mentioned, okay, here you have her email. And here you have, I think, the code, right? Okay, so I noticed that the majority of you were really interested, okay, on this app, so you could look for that. Thank you so much, Roxana. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, yes, I noticed that you really like. Thank you, Rocio. Remember that thank you, Amar. Remember that thank you, Elizabeth, as usually. Thank you so much, okay, to be here. Remember that we are going to post this webinar on our Facebook page because maybe some of you couldn't be here on time. So that's the reason why we're going to post it, okay, on our Facebook page, MissClauRivera. And remember that if you want to contact to Miss Cristina Mauricio to know more about Elsa, okay, so please, can you put it again, please, my friend, on the chat box? The information, yes, there is. Okay, so remember, here you have Cristina.Mauricio@Jalisco, okay, .mx. Okay, and here you have the code. Remember, please. Thank you, Amer. Thank you so much for being here. It was really nice to have you here. Thank you, Sonia, from Ecuador. We have here people from Peru, from Ecuador, from Honduras, from Mexico. That was really nice. Thank you so much for being here with us. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much, Cristina, again, to accept my invitation immediately. That was really nice. Thank you so much to give it to me and a space on your agenda. Thank you so much, Cristina, because I know that today you have a presentation, right? And then now she's with us. Thank you so much, Cristina.
I want to say something. I had a presentation and I have a phrase there. I don't know if you can see it. Amor se paga con amor. Love is paid with love. And today I received a gift of love. It's the birthday of my son. So for me, it's a great gift from the universe. So this is my way to respond and to give love to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. As usually, you are really nice, my dear Cristina. As well known as Poderosa Soñadora, Cristina Mauricio. Okay. Thank you so much, Cristina. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Oh, yes, that's correct. So let's go there. Thank you so much, Cristina. Maybe you want to add something, please?
If you invite me again, I would be so happy to teach you the consonants and to answer any questions that you may have. And remember, guys, we as teachers are always learning. We don't have all the answers. We are making mistakes, so enjoy them, right? And teach that to your students. Enjoy making those mistakes because those mistakes are going to help you improve, all right? Have fun in the process. Use lots of music because music is magical. And I'm so happy one more time for being here. Thank you, Claudia, and thanks everybody. Thanks my associate Amir that is here from Pakistan. I'm so happy. And I think it's here and also Adriana. I don't know if she already left. She's my mentee from Mexico. So thanks.
I think that she's here. Adriana Trejo, I think.
Yes. Yes,
Yes, I am here. Thank you, Cristina.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invitation.
You're so welcome, my dear.
Thank okay, I'm very sorry not being on the camera, but I really appreciate your invitation and I also enjoy it very much.
I'm so happy.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much again, Cristina, Mauricio, for this great presentation. Really like, okay, people from Peru are really glad with your presentation. Here we have, thank you so much to our friends from Ecuador, our friend from Mexico, from Pakistan. Thank you, my dear friends, Mr. Amer, okay, thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to have you here, Elizabeth, Rocio, all the people from Peru, from Nepal too, thank you so much. Remember that if you want to watch again the webinar, you could follow us, okay, on MissClauRivera. That's all. Thank you so much for your time, for your patience, for being here. Thank you so much, Cristina, for being so punctual and responsible to be with us. I really appreciate you, okay? And of course, we are going to invite you again, okay? Definitely. We are going to invite you again. Thank you, Ellie. It was a pleasure, okay? Suyana, thank you so much, Saulo. It was a pleasure to have you here. So thank you so much. Have a great weekend. So goodbye. Bye. Thank you so much. Remember that we are going to have in this case. Okay. Thank you, Ellie. As usually, you always in training. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you so much. You're a great teacher too. Okay. So we're going to see you next time. Bye bye. Have a nice weekend. Okay?
Bye.
Bye bye. Have a nice. Thank you, Cristina, again. Bye bye.